Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. So we're filming this now. I kind of waited. We're filming right after the TCG Player Mayhem 10% sale occurred in the United States. This semi-annual summer and Black Friday event is becoming such a big deal in the card world. It's to the point now where, because the last time, let me back up a little bit as we discuss what's going on right now between Magic, Pokemon, and let me rephrase that. We're talking about Destined Rivals, and we're talking about just Final Fantasy. That's all this video. If you don't care about those two things, just thumbs down, text your stepsister to come home early. And understand, October of 2024, I warned everybody, this was your last chance for Pokemon Sword and Shield and Magic collector boxes when it came to different Lord of the Ring, Bloomborough, different type of collector box prices back then. Because every time we have these blowouts, I would love to see the internal data on TCG Player of the volume. I mean, it has to be, no joke, it has to be like 50 to 100 million in gross sales volume flowing through the website. Doesn't mean TCG, that's just the money they're processing, the payment flow. It has to be beyond comprehension on these events. And I warned everybody in October, early November, that when we hit this Black Friday one in last year, 2024, that was it. Collector boxes and Pokemon Sword and Shield was going to get annihilated. And you should make moves and plan accordingly. Here we are 6 months later. We're in the summer of 2025 and one of the strongest card markets I've ever seen in the 40 years I've been on this planet as a human meat popsicle, trying to navigate my way around as my entire life revolves around cardboard. And when I turn these cameras off and I go out in the real world, people look at me like I'm insane. And I want everybody to understand a couple things. What I saw happen yesterday when it comes to Final Fantasy is something I have never seen before. In the entire time I've been an amoeba, a Timmy, a Timu Timmy, a meat popsicle, I have never seen what I saw yesterday with Final Fantasy. Not only did 5,000 Final Fantasy play boxes sell, not in 24 hours, in 12 hours. By the afternoon, the 145 plus tax special, subsidized by TCG Player for it being a promotion and not paying fees, and there's secret deals that go on. For those of you asking, how can they charge that? What's that? There's agreements that are made. eBay does the same thing. eBay approached me in the past about similar things, and I can't engage in that because that would pull all the product away from the patron army, and I can't do that to you guys. But yes, as somebody who's aware of how this stuff works, usually the fees are credited back or waived, or these companies want to market and put you on the front page for clicks, volume, and bringing new customers and get people to try the website. And historically, 20-30% of the people who do this are first-time buyers, and it gets their feet wet and they feel comfortable with using the website, and it leads to future business and future revenues. It's a smart business thing. But I saw, after 5,000 non-case loose box orders went through, after that credit and subsidy was over with, the market went right back to $175 plus tax per box. And then I saw almost another 1,000 boxes sell in the same day for $175 to $180 a piece. Not only did 5,000 boxes blow out at $145 plus tax, so let's just call it $160 shipped, it went to $175, and over 1,000 boxes sold that evening on the same day. That's almost $190 shipped. My MSRP gang, manufacturer suggested retail penis. Guess what? My MSRP gang, you guys are getting your wish. Play boxes are going to MSRP, which is like $210, $220. People are paying $190 with tax. Like, holy crap. See? When MSRP is in the favor of the store owners who sell, we love you again. Isn't this great? That's how fucking stupid the conversation is. But the point is, I can't believe the demand. Now this is where things get rocky. Collector boxes at $750 plus tax. People are already paying over $800 shipped. There's not enough to go around. I'm considering at this point, when I even run my Final Fantasy sale for collector boxes, I may even just have to do a limit of 1 box. And you know what? And then hopefully it stays in stock for 30 minutes. And even if I take $50 or $100 off a box, it's not going to make any fucking difference. You know, the price could be $800. It could be $900 a box. I could lower it to $800. I could sell mine for $750, $699. It's not going to make any difference. The issue is, you know, people who want it, give them a fair chance to buy. If they don't want it and the price are crazy, then just fucking skip it. But I want to warn people to not listen to a lot of the chatter online about this is unacceptable. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait for it to crash back to $400 or $500. Just understand this. Stores are paying around $300 a collector box. Stores are getting very little of these things. I was told that the average small account is getting less than 24 boxes. I was told medium accounts are getting 24 to 60 boxes, and large accounts are like 1 to a couple hundred. You're talking about a situation where I used to get thousands of collector boxes, and I can't even get 3, 4, 5,000. Like, it's just not a thing. Okay, so let's get that front and center. There's also a lot of side effects going on right now, as you guys have seen. The Foundation Playbox, the Blvd Playbox, the Tarkir Playbox, and now the Final Fantasy Playbox. If you guys want me to do another video going into more details, I will in the next 48 hours. I'm just not sure how much you guys care about that. It gets kind of gritty. But essentially, to give you a summary, if you want, comment below if you want a more conversation video on the printing situation. I don't think it's that big a deal, but for those of you who are just curious and you don't want to stick around, all the play boxes in Magic are backed up at the printer because they are printing so many Final Fantasy play boxes, and it's not making any difference because the demand and the millions of people who want this, it doesn't matter if you instead of printing 100,000, 200,000 play boxes, 500,000 play boxes, you can print almost 1 million play boxes, which no, they're not printing 1 million play boxes. But when you have millions, possibly tens of millions of people worldwide wanting it, I mean, let's say 10 million people worldwide want a Final Fantasy box. That means even at 1 million play boxes, which I'm telling you right now, there's not 1 million play boxes. That's 1 play box for every 10 people. Most likely, if they bump the initial print run from like 300,000 play boxes to 400,000 play boxes. Even then, if you have 5, 10 million people around the globe who want this, you're talking 1 play box per 20, 30, 40 people. The mathematics on a large scale are very concerning. On top of that, some people say you shouldn't buy any of this and just wait for them to print it to the ground and everything to crash. That is also a possibility. We don't know what's going to happen. Remember, we are all speculating on a situation that we have never walked into before. We are walking through the valley of the shadow of cardboard, and there is no historical data on demand and pretty much pricing history and movements of what we're seeing right now. So understand, nobody knows what's going to happen. People were ridiculing when I said, well, what if I ran a play box sale for $150 a box or $155? And I remember one person just said, oh my God, scumbag Rudy, F off. And now people are like, Rudy, will you please keep it below 170? Like, as markets evolve, perspective evolves. And the only thing changing is, well, people's attitude. The cards are the cards, the boxes are the boxes. And those of you who think the Final Fantasy play box situation or collector box is a whole different thing, it's going to, I mean, I would be, look, I'm not going to give you guys a price target or what's going to happen because nobody knows. But based on the collector box market and the overall economy and the collectible world, let's just say in a year from now, I'd be very surprised. I would be more surprised if the boxes are under 1,000. That's all I have to say. If the boxes of collector boxes in a year, 12 months from this filming, are under $1,000 a collector box, I'd be blown away. That's all. In 1 year, 365. That's all I have to say. Play boxes, because Wizards pretty much backlogged everything else to get these extra Final Fantasy play boxes, it's created all these problems. You know, that's again why you guys keep blowing me up for play boxes at the Rudy 118 price. Not Final Fantasy. It costs more than that. But like Blvd, Foundations, Duskmourn, Thunder Junction, all the Karlov Manor, all these cheap stuff for the patron. I mean, the volume of these, we are still moving over 1,000 boxes a week in just cheap Rudy play boxes. Even Jumpstart, Foundation Jumpstart. What do I sell those for? Somebody tell me, 90, 94, 92, 90 something dollars a box ship. I mean, over 100 a week are selling still. The demand for this other stuff is not changing. And the problem is the prices are going to get worse on Tarkir, on Bloomberg, on Foundations, because, you know, they're literally shifted printing capacity and schedules last minute to do more Final Fantasy play. And then, see, I don't want, if you want me to go further in this, I'll rant in the video, just comment below. But essentially, to end this video, now we have a whole new animal with the play boxes where we were told there was as many as impossible. There's never going to run out of play boxes in Final Fantasy. Everything's fine. And now, I haven't gotten official stuff from, I'm still waiting on one or two last minute distributors, always take forever. And now I'm being told by one of them that they're going to probably shave off 1,000 of my 3,000 play boxes I requested. When they already confirmed I was supposed to get that. Because again, the demand is, it's so, the whole thing is getting really wonky. And I was told play boxes were open order. I can, contact, we can get a special Rudy, couple pallets, whatever it is. And apparently that's no longer the case. Every single play box is wiped out, spoken for. And now you're talking months after release until we get another Final Fantasy play box reprint. And by the time that happens, Jesus, what if it runs to 220, 230, 240? And what's the reprint going to knock it back to 160, 170? Like, this shit's crazy. So my advice to everybody is it's going to get very emotional, very erratic. People are going to be very frustrated. Everybody needs to stay very calm with this because we are like almost a month away still. Nobody knows what's considered a good or a bad price. It feels like right now, the TCG player sale that blew out in less than half a day for the 145 plus tax, 158, that 160 seems like probably the best price because it feels like it's going higher. Now, last comment, the single cards. These prices of singles are outrageous. And until I see box openings with pull rates and everything, you guys need to be really careful with these pre-order single cards. Now, I understand, like Surge Foil Chase cards, which are, I was told Surge Foil is only in like Commander Collector and Collector boxes. And if that's the case, oh God, the Surge Foil variants are going to be so expensive. But until we see pull rates, please be careful. Do not pre-order these insane single card prices. Because if they're in regular play boxes, and they're just people are going to be ripping tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of play boxes, the single cards have to drop 50 to 60% before they stabilize. So that's all. Holy cow. If you guys want more information on that, you can ask, but it's gritty, and the distributors, I don't really want to step on toes. It's just a wonky situation because of the demand. That's all it is, folks. But good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow.